An update on the breaking news in El Mirage, where we are learning a boy was shot and killed tonight.
Austin Walker's live in the neighborhood near Thunderbird in El Mirage. You just got a fresh update from law enforcement.
Yeah, so a sad one, too. We know that one juvenile boy was shot and killed in this neighborhood. We do not know the cause of this, and we do know that a suspect is not in custody. So this investigation is ongoing, trying to figure out if there were any cars in this area that were leaving or coming in. They're trying to figure out if any witnesses saw anything, because still nobody is in custody. But this scene is growing right here. You can see actually a different perspective from our last live shot. You can see police, again, canvassing this area, talking to witnesses. Tape is blocking a big portion of it as well. But we did talk to, El Mirage police about this today. We talked to Jimmy Chavez, who is the lieutenant here, says that, again, multiple shots were fired, and that's what was called in from a lot of people into 911. Once they arrived on scene, he says they found an individual who ended up being a juvenile male who was with a gunshot wound. He was then taken to a local hospital and since then died from his injuries. No word on exactly what those injuries are, where he was shot, or if it was more than one. We are still working to figure out the details on that as we're trying to gather more information. But we can confirm that nobody is in custody right now. We also asked if there was a connection between the victim and the suspect, and that too was not told to us if that was true or not. They're really just looking for witnesses at this point and trying to figure out really what led to this. I asked specifically if this was a house party or a gathering that happened, and they could not confirm this. All they know is that, again, one person who was a juvenile boy was shot and killed, taken to the hospital where he sadly died later on. So that's a little bit of an update we have for you tonight, a sad update as El Mirage police are continuing to be out here with their detectives, interviewing witnesses, seeing if any cars came in or out or if anybody recognized anything, so they can try to put those pieces together and bring somebody to justice, because again, nobody is in custody.